Hi, this is Steve Seacon. I'm an architect. I wanted to discuss today architects' fees, the different structures and the different services that they cover. The first method that architects have a fee is called a lump sum. Lump sum, as the name implies, is a fixed cost. And customers tend to like this because they want to know what the end of the day cost is going to be. Architects, some like it, some don't. The problem is that you want to narrow the scope of work so that there aren't too many changes that make you basically working for free after the scope of work has been expired. Second one is percentage. The percentage of construction cost means that the architect gets, for instance, 10% of the cost of construction. On a $100,000 job, that would yield a $10,000 fee for the architect. Of course, customers are wary of this if they don't really know what the final cost of construction is going to be. Third one is called hourly, and as the name implies, is simply a tally of hours for the project, and it's based usually on the level of experience of the people in the office. So a principal may be a $150 per hour charge, a draftsman may be $90 an hour, maybe administrator is $55 an hour, and basically those fees are just basically tallied up, usually on a monthly basis, and then billed. Fourth one is called square footage. The square footage, as the name implies, is X dollars per square foot. It can be for the building, it can be for the site, and basically the dollars per square foot will vary with the complexity of a job. A hospital may be, 5 or 6 times the dollar value per square foot of a garage. And the fifth one is a hybrid, meaning that it may be an hourly based fee in the beginning of the job during the design, and then it gets incorporated into a lump sum for the final cost. Typically, the services that our architect will provide during this time are paid on a monthly basis, commensurate with the amount of work that is done during that interval that they're billing. And the services that are covered typically are broken down into 5 phases. The first phase is design, and that'll be what they call schematic design. It's preliminary in nature. It goes from the most general to the most specific. And this will be, where does the building sit on the site? What is the general configuration of the rooms? What does the building look like from the outside? These are tasks that are typically preliminary design phase. The next phase is called design development. And what happens during that phase is that things get narrowed down. The material selection, the kind of structure that's going to hold the building together, the location of the light switches, the different materials inside and outside, everything gets refined. The third phase is called construction documents. And those drawings then get further detailed into specifications and drawings that have details that show how the components go together. So it's easy for the contractor to build and also for the municipality to understand. The fourth phase is really a combination of bidding, negotiation, and approvals. The bidding sounds fairly self-evident. The drawings are sent out to different contractors and builders, and then the prices come back. We try to analyze them in an apples to apples method. We also listen for different suggestions of different substitutions, different ways of doing things, things that the owner might consider, and we negotiate with the contractors, trying to get the best value for the owner, not always just the best price. Then the drawings go to the municipality for review. Typically, there are several different boards that will look at the job. There can be planning boards, zoning boards, wetlands, environmental, architectural review, and then they work side by side with the building department and advise them. Once the building department is satisfied that everything is to code, the boards are satisfied, a permit can be issued. And then once the contractor has secured the permit, provided his license, his insurance, all of that that's needed, then the construction starts. During the construction, typically the architect or engineer goes to the job and monitors what's going on, looks for compliance with the drawings, answers questions they may have, addresses any concealed conditions or if there's changes from the owner. These things happen, and the architect tries to be there and be proactive to keep the job moving quickly. If you have any further questions, I'd be delighted to speak to you. Steve Seacon, 914-980-5532. Thanks so much for listening.